Hey Nathan, how you doing? Okay, so yeah, I want to talk about this, a few things here. So I was reading your writing, and a couple of things I want to address here. Um, I decided to remove the towels. I had no idea where to put it in the ad. If you could, that's kind of a real world problem as a designer. Imagine you have a client and they say, "I want this in my ad," and you have to put it there because I want it there. And you'll have clients acting like that. You really will. It's quite a phenomenon. But at any rate, the point is this, is that if you have a client who wants something in the ad, you have to put it, you have to find a way for it to work. Now, the masked image in this particular case is kind of, it serves more of a functional technical purpose than it does an aesthetic purpose. And I think that it would be easy to go back into this project and say, okay, I'm going to approach this a little bit differently with the knowledge I have now, in that I know that masked image from assignment 2-1 needs to be included in the final. I think that would change a lot of things. This isn't a course on concept development, so I'm not really going to hold that against you. I'm just going to say this. It is required for the masked image from 2-1 to be in your banner. It is required. So if you can put it in there for your submission, if you want to take it out later, that's perfectly fine, but we need to see that. And that's part of the rubric, so it's really important that you do so. Another thing that you should really think about is the fact that the two sides look like two different ads. I mean, they're so completely different. We got a little bit of color continuation, but I could see somebody glancing through this going, oh, there's two small banners, instead of saying, hey, there's one banner, right? So I recommend using the image for the entire banner. And if you want to fade to a color, just make sure you don't make it at least, that's almost half the ad right there. So you could fade to that teal color, place the logo much smaller. The logo is really big. You only need the logo to be that big or so. And then that give you room to work on your typography. I would also recommend including St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands somewhere. There's not a whole lot of hierarchy between your subhead or your headline and your subhead. So what I would recommend is doing is, so as I said, you remove that, which I don't even think you should use that color background. I was saying you can use a gradient, but that's going to be a little ambiguous because I'd like you to move your typography out of this area and over here, right underneath here. Just reduce the size, set it in that same typeface, really reduce the size so you can even move the headline up, 40% off package deals, and then in smaller type, the perfect place to relax, Amethyst Bay, with one image in the background. It'll be beautiful. And then underneath here you have, or even up here, U.S. Virgin Islands. And that's it. It's going to be gorgeous. The only other comment is one that I made in your magazine ad submission, and my comment there was that it's a little counterintuitive that you're saying the perfect place to relax, but doesn't look relaxing. This looks a little treacherous. We got this impending storm rolling in, and you got some really rough waves. So to me, I'm not sure this is the most relaxing representation of Amethyst Bay resort, and I'm not real sure that would be something that would be chosen in a promotional campaign. I'm thinking something more along the lines of white sand, calm water, and beautiful blue skies with a lot of sunshine. Okay, so those are my comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. And one other thing. Yes, we talked about the animation. This is a really cool effect, but unfortunately, it's required to animate the type in this assignment, specifically the call to action. So you should have your perfect place to relax static, leave that stay. Then underneath, fade in, 40% off package deals. And that's it. Okay. So any questions, please let me know. Thanks.